said, well, now you know what I feel about you. Oh yeah, but this is their words today. One of them said, well, we're wise, we have wisdom on how to use them. Really? Get you. You know, this is how they see it. Things change so quickly that, you know, it's not a generation thing. It's not a year thing. It could change in weeks or months. Then it could be preference. It could be, so there's a wonderful social media app called Uvu, which is a video messaging service that allows you to have 4 faces for a video call or 12 conversations. It's designed for business because it's free. Works on the 3 platforms, Android, Windows and Apple. So you don't have to pay anymore. Average age of the users is 10. That's the problem, because it's ideal. My daughter, the youngest daughter, she's a synchronised swimmer. She does duets, so she uses it to every night to train with her duet partner, and it saves me getting in the car and driving her to go and see her, which is brilliant. So we have to know what they're using, because whose responsibility? And Tammy said straight away, you know, it's everyone. This is a community thing, and I like that word. I'll probably use that now forever. Because it is a community, and we are a community. I think it's a word that's a buzzword actually for Reading House type schools. But it is. But I didn't say it's your job, I didn't say it's a school's job. A lot today was saying to the wonderful children, well, hang on a minute. It's your choice. You're making a choice. However old they are, if you as a parent, or me as a parent, have decided that my child can have a phone, can have an iPad or a tablet, and is able to download or install or get apps, I'm saying that they are of an age that they can do that. Then I must also be saying they should also be at an age to start making choices. If I don't think they can make choices, then I should control what they download. Now, that means quite easily at home, if you've got an iPad, you can set up family sharing, which some of you will have done, which I totally agree with, which means that they cannot install an app without you seeing it. But you can't do that on an Android. So you suddenly realise you've got to actually get involved, which is exactly what Louise said, because all these areas, they do have that propensity to be used by predators. But it's not all about predatorial attacks. Online life, online social media will always be used by predators. Sexual, emotional, physical, psychological. It's not just about the old man, which you'll sort of see. But also, far more, it's about this digital tattoo. That will be a digital presence, their digital footprint, their online reputation, whatever you want to call it. I promise you, that will have an effect on their lives. And it does now, even for me and even for you as professionals. So we need to know and try and understand what they're doing online.
What happened to those phone boxes?
Nobody uses phone boxes these days, isn't it?
I do.
You ain't got a phone?
No.
Then you come to the right place, bro. I can do you a Recon smartphone for 50 quid.
A smartphone?
Or a dumb phone. If all you want to do is like talk to people.
What else would I want to do with it?
Well, duh. Email, video, FaceTime, Spotify, podcast,
No, I just...
Twitter, Snapchat, Tinder, or Grindr. That's what floats you got.
I just need to...
Instagram, Angry Birds, emojis, Kindle,
I just need...
Fish Brain, Right Move, Look List, Dropbox, what's that? I'll call you back, yeah. Where have you been, right?
Away.
What's that inside? How long for?
What year is it now?
2016.
17 years.
Right. Long stretch. Respect.
I just need a phone to call a friend.
Oh, yes, you can use my phone. Oh, right.
Thank you. Where's the keyboard?
Oh, you just tap the icon. No, the icon, tap it. Pass it here, right? What's his number?
04372.
No, bro, it can't be. All mobiles start with 07.
Since when?
Since forever.
And it's since forever because our wonderful digital natives, as I was using that phrase today, that's what they are. Not so much anybody above year 7, but they are digital natives. They've had a device. It's been forever that, you know, to say to them that when I left school there were no computers, I'm that old, there were no computers. So suddenly to them it's a bit odd. You saw then how many years it was. 16 years is not a long time, but in the internet and in social media, it's a huge. It's over a lifetime. So suddenly things have changed, and certainly when things change, we have to think about safeguarding. So the online safety options for society, they actually are forefront. You know, you've got the parents, which is you and me included. I'm not standing here, anybody else. and also the children and the young adults. As the parent and carer, what I will say is NSBCC and Barnardo's do research every year, and they always come up and you'll see this written down every year. Occasionally there's a reminder that only 40% of the parents ever actually know what the child's doing online, and 60% have no clue. That's true. That's not you. You're the dedicated few. You're here to try and come and listen to me, whether you gain any knowledge or not, but at least it's a discussion. But as I've spoken to your wonderful children, you're here, you go home, you continue the discussion. That's Louise Minchin saying, get involved. Unfortunately, look at the number. So your child could go for a sleepover next week to a parent in a house whereby they don't actually abide by certain, should we say, stipulations or rules that you might apply to. So we have to make sure that parents are aware of the possible dangers, the risk, danger, harm. There's a risk in everything we do in life. The danger is not automatically there. Whereas that's why a lot of people in the past, when they go to schools, talk about dangers of the internet, all this. Hang on a second. The internet isn't dangerous. Nothing ever gets designed to be dangerous, whether it's an app or a site, because they'll get by, they'll have Peggy, the Pan-European, the Ages, etc. But there's a risk, as there's a risk of me walking around this stage with the cables and me a bit tired, I might fall off. But I'll do risk assessments, subconscious risk assessments, as I go. And same with social media. And that's how we should look at it. And that's how users should look at it. Because the danger will only come from behaviour within the area of the 3 C's, the content, contact, and conduct. Who are they talking to? What are they talking about? Where are they talking? Who are they talking with? And then you've got educators. Well, my wife's a teacher in Bracknell at Kennel Lane, the special needs educational school. And of course that's a school of high vulnerability. But of course, the government has got that wonderful position that out of the 4 areas, the only one that they can control and make sure they're doing something about it is schools. Now, I'm not going to stand here and defend any government or schools, it's a fact. So what the government can do through Ofsted and for you guys, the independent schools inspector, would say, well, what are you doing? We're going to come and have a chat with you. What are you doing to safeguard these children? And in 2015, that's when it changed. And they brought in online safety. They said, you will do it. A lot of that, some of you will remember, was because of the upsurge in radicalisation. So they actually named 3 areas of exploitation: bullying, children getting hurt; grooming, sexual predators on the internet, not physical; radicalisation, families being radicalised within those platforms, going off to Syria via Turkey. What are schools doing about it? Come on, online safety talk. That's when it really, for many schools, it began, 2015. Bear in mind, the changes in the last 16 years with Nicholas Lyndhurst and me doing this for 19 years. For me, that should have been in place 19 years ago. Ever since, we were able to actually interact with other individuals. So, what do the government say? You must go in. But also, what I tend to say is that you are school. The teachers are professional vulnerability identifiers. I'd love to find a better phrase for that. They are, because they're there every day. With my children, they see my child more than me today, especially. My daughters are just up the road at the Holt. So the teachers have seen my daughters more than me today. I don't see them. So I put my trust for the most precious things in my life to teachers. But they can become professional safeguarders because they see, hear problems. They might see it, or they might actually get it through academia, something they read or something that's drawn. It's brilliant. They're training. So the government's okay. Industry and organisations, however, no. 95% of everything you and I will use when it comes down to social media and internet isn't even based in the UK. Okay, you might go, I use bbc.co.uk, I use google.co. Oh, hang on, Google's not. They'll have offices. But to actually legislate against the company, you can't do that because they're in America or the server's in Asia. So they can't. However, there's an element of industry. I better ask now. Anybody here work for Google? Does he? He touched his leg then. I thought he was pointing out that he works for Google. Anybody work in IT? There must be a few of those of you here. Don't you? Yeah, I sit at the front. That's why I look at it. Ready to pounce on anything I say. Can I just say, I'm not a geek. Can't fix anything. I study online behaviour. So when it comes down to it, I will come to my friends at the front who are the wonderful hackers of the world. That's what we can call them. But yeah, it's one of these things whereby what they can do in industry is what they can create software to assist with filtering and monitoring, which is what schools are asked to do. The one thing actually what's interesting now, in 2016, they took out the word blocking. Blocking is not there anymore. Schools now have to make sure they filter and monitor. And that is part of policy. There should be, and I know that the one that the school here uses is Smoothball, which I think is a very good company. I'm not on their payroll, before anybody asks. I just know that quite well when I met them at conferences. But again, the word dialogue comes, because again, industry, they should be talking to users. It's your us. But then, of course, what about the users, which are children? Is what we're talking about here. Because once you're over 18, fine, you're an adult, really, that's it. Because that's what we say by law, because under 18 is a child. But what are the children doing? How are they using it? Are they